Alright, so we're here today to show you the red seat that used to be in the van. So I just gave it a light mist over. You can tell, remember, it used to be red. And so I got the dye, or vinyl paint you want to call it. You can see a little tear there. It's actually almost dry. I just actually sprayed it. Wow. Well, anyway, I got a few little tears here and there. I can't find the original leather skin for these seats yet. They're quite hard to find for these vans. There's probably no one out there remaking them, so you probably got to get them custom built at an upholstery store or something like that. But I didn't want to put too much money into it because I probably will be putting a modern back seat in there, like out of a newer Chevy Express passenger van or something like that. So what I did, the seat is not, you know, the best in quality or anything. There's a few little tears in the back, and like I said, you can see right here by the stitching, it's kind of gone, and it will keep going eventually, and it won't be fit to look at, as you say in where I'm from. But you know, I just sprayed a light spray on light mist, I should say, on the vinyl here. And you can see it's turning out really good. You can see the cracks and everything. I don't fill none of this in. It looks very authentic, and it's got a good gloss shine to it. And I gotta say that the seat actually had a bit of an odor. I don't know why. You know, it was clean. I don't think anything ever spilled on it before, but it had a bit of an odor, I guess, of the age of it. And you know, since I sprayed it now, I think the odor's gone. It was probably just lingering on the leather itself. But you can see, I'll bring it closer, there's a natural color, and that's from the old seat with the duplex vinyl and fabric spray that I bought, as you can see right there. And that's my spray compared to the new seat. You can see it's pretty close in color. I'm not going to say it's exact color, but it's very close. So that's the new seat. Remember, it used to be red, and I got those out of the 2008 Chevy Express. And this is the original. So it could be the exact color. I don't know. I'm not going to say. But this is the spray and the cap that came with it. You know it's going to be, I'll lay it next to it so you can see it's almost close to the color of the cap. There you go, it's probably a little bit of a better, you can see this dark shadow with the dark shadow here. Very close in color. So, I guess I'm going to spray this, and then I'll turn it around and I'll show you the few little rips there before I spray it. But make sure you do the mist first, just a light mist, and then do your heavy coat afterwards. So there's the back of the seat with just one little coat of mist. Pretty far away, I didn't go up too close, and then I sprayed it. Then the second coat, now I'll get a bit closer and make sure goes on a little bit more thicker, and then probably the third and fourth coat is just a touch up, and it'll turn out like this. This is beauty. I love this. This turns out really good. This paint is perfect. As you can see again, I want to show you once more. The seat's not perfect. There's a tear there, tear up here, and there's I'm actually looking for the tears now, and you can see a little bit right there. It's not too bad. It's just tears a tiny bit, and a little tiny bit tear there. And again, I showed you that one there, and the piping is gone there, but that don't do anything. That won't hurt anything. So you can see that the red is not poking out through. Everything looks good. Now I will wipe this down again once it dries, and then I'll probably go with some soap or something, clean it up, and then with some leather moisture on it, and see how it works out. It should be up tip-top shape and ready to go in the van. Alright, so now this is the rails for the bottom of the seat. They were red as also. And I kind of sanded them down a little bit, and I put some enamel paint on it. The same stuff that I used for my window vent. And a few other little odds and ends that I used that I showed you on the videos. As you can see, it's the plain old the 2 teeth in the back and the 1 in the front, and she has the spring clip here, so you can pop it out and haul your seat out. This is a very heavy piece. I gotta say, this is very heavy when you put it onto the seat. The seat's heavy enough, but when you put this on, it adds a good few many more pounds, I gotta say. This would be the side that you would see when you open up the sliding door. This side here, this is the way this goes. And you know, as you can tell, the other one is just reversed. This one is on the other side, and the arm is on the inside, and this rod is on the outside. You know, it's just in reverse, and I think it looks good. Back in the day, if your interior was gray, they would have done this in gray. Red, they would have done this in red, of course. But I wanted to pop with the gray and the black. I wanted to show more of the cleanness and cleansiness of it. When you open up the door, you see the black with the gray seat sitting on the top. You'll just notice it right off the bat. And I also have the armrest, and they're red, but I will be changing those. These rods here were also red when I took them off. These are for the armrest, of course, you can see. I did paint them black, but I'm going to go with the gray that's on the seat, I do believe. Yeah, the black kind of shows a little too much, so I may go gray with those. I'm gonna get rid of these, and also the ashtrays. I don't smoke, and I don't want anybody smoking in the van. It's not a real thing now. I don't really care for it. So I will be making completely new. I'm not going to be remaking this out of this old stuff. I'm just going to do a completely new armrest. Maybe the one that goes over by the the extended panel wall. May bring it out a little bit more longer. That's this rail here. I may bring it out a little bit more longer, probably about to here. You can see the size. And probably put a cup holder or something in there. And I could do it with the other side. As you can see, this rail's a little bit more smaller. That's so it can be easier for you to get in and out of. You make it any more longer, it's going to be catching up in your clothes and everything while you get up off the chair to get out through the sliding door. So I may be painting these gray. I have 90% chance of painting these. I'm not really fond of the black. Black, it'd be just too much. So I'm going to get down to making these, and I'm also going to be painting these today. Also, I got some belts. The old ones were really gone. I have some ones out of a '84 Cadillac that I have scrapped over the years for parts, as you can see. Came out of a DeVille 4-door. Anyway, these are the retractable ones. You can see, they go like a yo-yo. The old ones were kind of like this, and they just buckle in with the big massive buckles. If I have one of the seatbelts there, I'll show you. The rest of them were broke, but they came with these type of bolts, which they don't use anymore. I will be going with the torque ones. Those, they're a little bit better. Not as this one here I may have to keep because of the size. But I do believe I have a big one as well. You can see that one there. That one's exactly the same. I tried it out. This one here, I may have one over in the bin. That's torque, this size here. So I'll have to look, but these are the original bolts here. I will be keeping them for other projects, of course. Ones that I will be completely restoring back to original. But for these, I have a lot of extra belts. I got some red ones, some blue ones, and these are the white ones. I found the white ones are going to be a little bit more easier to paint with the gray and not to show as much as the dark red ones or dark blue ones. I think I have some green ones there as well. But these buckles, they work great. This probably needs to be a little bit greased up a little bit, but they're great. Just a little bit of a scuff, just to get the little surface rust off. and I'll tape those up and paint those. So I need 3 of those, and I need 2 of these retractors, and of course this one here is also your buckle that has that on it. Your male connector for the middle, so I'll use that one, and these are your female connectors. So I'll use these, and I'll put them on the seat to make them a little bit more safetier than the ones that were on it before. The other ones were like airplane ones. You had to adjust yourself and tighten. And so I need to get down to taping these up, cleaning these up first, taping them up, and then going right at painting these and dyeing them, or whatever you want to call it, and get right down to that. Alright, so there's the focus. There's the belts painted with the fabric spray, of course, and you can see here these were the white ones. No, there's no indication at all that these were white, so I can't show you, but these were quite hard in the beginning. They're quite stiff because they've been in a crate for many years, probably since 2008 when I scrapped this vehicle. And so anyway, they just need to be moistened and stuff just to get them nice and loose again. You know, some people may probably tell me to keep them stiff like that. They'll stay better on your seat. But it's not due to the paint, I know that. These were quite stiff. Now this one here is a little stiff too. You can see here is like a board. So I just got to get some fabric softener just to soften those up. And I do not know why my camera is blurring out. Oh well. So I just wanted to show you that I got the belts done. This one here needs to be painted. And that one there needs to be painted now. And you can see I taped up around the black box so it won't get no overspray. Stuff like that, common sense. And of course the buckle's chrome. You don't want to overspray that. You'll never keep paint on that. You know, it goes inside this and it'll just scratch the paint off. That's why they never ever did paint it. They kept it a metal color. You'll never keep the paint on it. So there's the buckles painted. And there you go. All done. I got the arms put on. This needs to be adjusted now. It needs to go into the van. And then there's 2 little screws on it here just to adjust. But right now you can't do it. I think the seat looks pretty good from what it was. I did use the retractable belts, but it was not an ideal thing. You know, the seat belt went right in between here, between the back and the seat part, lower and upper. It kind of just dove in there, and it kind of locked because I got to go in further. It's just not designed for this type seat, so I had to use these manual ones. These are ones that you normally see in the back seat in the middle of vehicles. So I had 2 of those. I think I have 3, but I had to look for, that would be for the middle one. But I do have the buckles. You can see the 3, and I have 2 of those. The male contactors. I just need to get one for the middle. And that would be it. And you can see the other color. The other chair looks identical. And you can see the legs are pretty good on her. You know, and you don't see any red. Everything looks good. So off to the next project. Alright, so now I'm going to be working on the armrest. Showed you what the old armrests looked like. They weren't too good. So I got this nice piece of leather. Don't mind this piece, is just a leftover piece, that's all. I don't throw out my leather. It's very, very expensive. So what I've done is I cut a piece of 2x4 like that, and then I split it almost halfway down the middle, and then I got another piece of this, not sure the size, and so anyway, I made this piece. As you can tell, that this will be the outside that you would see when you open up the van door. This is what you'll see, this piece here, so it'll hide the bar a little bit, and that'll be the part where you sits down. And you don't want to put another, you know, if you use 2x4 and put these on both sides, when you sit down you're going to sink more, of course, in the fabric. So when you get up, your hip is actually going to lock into that piece, and it's going to be hard to get up. So if you do it like this, the bar is flush with this, and it goes down flat, so it'll lay next to your hip, and your jeans or your clothing won't get caught up in any of that. So this is all sanded, you know, nice and smooth. And so I got the leather to wrap it, and I also got some adhesive spray. Normally I use the Super 77, but I'm going to use this brand now to see what it's like. And then I'll spray that, lay the leather over, and then wrap it to the way I want it, and then it'll be done. Next I'll be wrapping it with cotton, just to give it more of a spongy feel to the leather. And I'll be gluing that, of course, onto it. You can't staple it or anything like that. It's just very, you know, it's very loose and stuff. So you can't do none of that. You had to use the adhesive spray. And I love the Super 77, but I'm using another brand today just to check out what's it going to be like. So, but any old adhesive spray will do. Just spray it on the armrest, then stick this on. Probably 1 or 2 layers, just to, yeah, if it's something like that, you had to do like 1 or 2 layers or something, just to give it a bit of a nice feel to it. So there's the armrest. You know, there wasn't much to it. I just used the adhesive and wrapped it around the leather with the cotton in behind it, and got up around the edges and things like that. And this is what I was talking about with that extra piece. I have an extra piece here just to show you. You could see right there, and then that's the 2x4 up here. And you can see that if I just put 2x4 there, it wouldn't really give you much style. It would be just a flat board. So I kind of put that there just to hide it a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more half decent, you know. And you can see the pipes there. I got those painted, the arm rails. You can see that. I did that with the gray. I had them black, and they didn't look good at all. Now some may probably say that this looks gross, but you know, like I said, I'm only doing this temporarily until actually I find the half decent armrests for it. And I'll show you the front. There's not much that you could do there to hide where the leather turns. You know, we don't have a factory there to heat it up and shrink the leather to go in either place. You know, but you can see there is not too bad, and you know, it's pretty sturdy on its own screws. And I'll show you on this side. You can see the screws there, and you can see the leather there, how it comes down on the side here. So it looks pretty good. There's the back. Show you around again. Probably turn on the light just to show you. And there's the back. Looks pretty good. Wraps around that very well. And you know, it serves its purpose for now. And it's not super solid. You know, almost sounds like rubber in there, honestly. It don't even sound like wood. So, you know, here is the front. And I'll do the other side as well with a cup holder. But, you know, with a cup holder, of course, I had to come out more with it. I think I have a 2x4 there to show you the different size there. You can see there on the other side, I'll have to use the cup holder, of course, will be up here. I'd drill out a round hole and cut this down almost halfway again, you know, just to make it look good, you know. But that's what you're going to see when you open up the door, so it's not going to be too bad. And it's not rubbing off the seat or anything like the old one. The old one actually stopped right here too as well, so I kind of went with the whole thing. I could have went back, cut around, but I didn't want to do any of that stuff, so there's the seat. She's complete.